what a great couple of weeks it's been for vinyl collectors like myself, or people who listen to vinyl and all this. It's just been a great couple of weeks for things like new albums from great bands, some great reissues as well. So I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. I think there's so much coming out, or we may have to double up on some of these videos for a few weeks, because I don't want to kind of wait too long for them. So we probably will start doubling up on some of these videos because there's loads come out, there's loads coming out. This one today I'm so super excited about. I knew this album was coming out for quite some time, pre-ordered it, all of that kind of stuff. And for those who don't know, the album I'm talking about is the new album from The Cure, and it's Songs of a Lost World. We knew this was coming out for quite some time, so this is basically the 14th album from The Cure, and it's the first one in 16 years. It was released on November the 1st, 2024 via Fiction Records. As I said, it's the band's first release of new material in 16 years since the release of the 413 Dreams album 2008, which I wasn't that big of a fan of actually. I haven't really done a lot of videos on the later kind of albums, but I will. They deserve it. All the songs on this album were composed solely by singer-guitarist Robert Smith. Now, Robert Smith to me is he's an icon. He's legendary. I've been a fan of his since I was like 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. I loved everything they've done. I just think he's just a great artist, and I just like his approach to kind of music. I just like his approach to the music industry. It's just brilliant. It's refreshing. And he really does think about his fans, especially with this whole ticket thing. If you're not aware of this, Robert Smith is always fighting for the right of his fans. So with this album, I said it's his first album he's wrote solely, basically, since his 1985 album, The Head on the Door. And also it was the first studio album to feature Reeves Gabrels. I'm not sure who that is, but there's such a big thing about him. Although he was previously featured on the band's 1997 single, Wrong Number. So he's now obviously part of the band. The album was originally supposed to be released in 2019. Why it didn't come out, I'm not sure. I'm sure he wasn't happy with it. Maybe he redid the songs. But it also features studio return of the keyboardist Roger O'Donnell, who rejoined the band in 2011 after a 6-year hiatus. Again, he's been on quite a few of the great kind of Cure stuff as well. I'm just kind of reading information about this album because obviously it's a fresh album. There's not a lot of information on this. But we've known this has been coming out since 2019, and here it is. 5 of the album songs, including Alone, have been performed live in 2022-23 during the shows of the Lost World Worldwide Tour. We got snippets of this, and I think when they did the Glastonbury, I think there was a new song in there as well. So we've been hearing little snippets of these new songs. What do I think about this album? I absolutely love it. To me, it's like Disintegration Part 2. There's not one track on anything that is an absolute dud. I mean, there's some great stuff on here. War Song is great. Alone, that makes the hair stand up on my... The stand up now thinking about that song. Can Never Say Goodbye. I mean, we know the back of that, and I think that's to do with his brother. I think he did a live gig somewhere, and he mentioned this for his brother and all that. And what an emotional song. I mean, he sang that with such emotion as well. And I think that his character shone through in that particular video. So if you've never heard of The Cure, never been a fan of The Cure, I think a lot of people would have watched that and thought, you know, what a great performer. But I'd love every track on this. I've listened to it so many times to try and pick out a dud track for this video, and I can't. I think it's because I'm so excited that this is a brand new Cure album. And supposedly they're going to be touring this album next year. I found some kind of text saying they're going to be touring this album. Oh my God, I need to catch them for that. Because will they release another album? I'm not sure. Robert Smith is getting on a bit now. Is he able to do it? Not sure. But this album is just great. Now the artwork, I love the artwork, and this is quite different for a Cure album. We look back at a lot of the other Cure albums. So the bit on this, Robert Smith chose this is Bagatelle, a 1975 sculpture by Slovenian artist Janis Pernut, sorry if I pronounced that completely wrong, to illustrate the sleeve. The album cover was then designed by Andy Vella as well. And it's great. I mean, I love it. It's so good. It's just reflective of the feel of this album as well. I do think it's an album that you're not going to discover Cure by listening to this album. If you've never heard the Cure before, it's not an album to discover them by. This is an album purely for Cure fans, people who know the Cure. This is not something, maybe someone's getting into music and they pick up this album, they're going to think, oh my god, I need to find everything this band has ever done. It's not one of them albums. You need to be a Cure fan and really to understand these tracks, because I have played it to a few people who had not really heard the Cure. I just didn't like it, thought it was boring, but I couldn't understand why. So 3 singles have been released from this album. I think nowadays, when it comes to singles aren't that big a deal. I think because of the digital download, they don't really sell singles in a physical format anymore, unless it's some kind of dance music. Whereas bands don't release kind of singles like they used to, like the 7 inches or the 10 inches, but there's been 3 singles released from this. So you had Alone released on 26th September 2024. You had A Fragile Thing released on the 9th of October. And then you had All I Ever Am released on the 1st of November. So there's really quite a short succession between these singles being released. And obviously with the new age of kind of how people sell music, they would kind of do that in a fast succession of releasing singles to promote the album itself. But it would be good if they kind of released, as used to, 12 inches with a couple of remixes. And this is bands as well, get some remixes done. But it tends to be a lot of dance music artists. I mean, Cure had some great remixes, some great 12 inches. So call them singles. I'd be a bit kind of dubious. Call them 3 singles from the album. I think it's just 3 tracks that have been ready available before the album dropped. Who knows? The people involved in this, you had Robert Smith, who played vocals, guitar, 6-string bass, keyboard, songwriting, arrangements, production, mixing, recording, sleeve concept. I mean, he basically did everything. I mean, he's like the Prince of the UK. You had Simon Gallup, who's been with the Cure for such a long time. Jason Cooper on drums, percussion. Roger O'Donnell on keyboards. Reeves Gabrels on guitar. So it's a great line of artists involved in this album. Now, if you pre-ordered this album from the Cure website, which I have, this is the one here. You got a great kind of hype sticker, the Cure Songs of a Lost World limited edition white vinyl. I was expecting something a little bit more on a pre-order from the actual Cure website. But inside, got the sleeve, and what I do like about the inside is completely black, obviously reflecting the album, reflecting the cover, and that's quite a nice little touch. The actual inner sleeve, one side you've just got the lyrics, and then you've got all the the artists involved, recordings, all the kind of credits with the record itself. Again, I do like the text. For someone who's got not 100% eye vision, it's quite small. The vinyl itself is a lovely white vinyl. We've seen white vinyl before, but this is a limited edition. It says on there, it's limited edition white vinyl. And it's a great white vinyl, and again, it fits the album again, the white with the black and the grey. Brilliant. So that's if you pre-ordered it from the Cure website. The one that went on kind of general release that you can find in your HMVs and your record shops was slightly different, but in a way better. I'll tell you why in a minute. I got this one from HMV. It's got a big sticker saying "Made in Germany." You got the I think you got the black vinyl edition, but then you got the coloured vinyl edition as well. The sleeve is exactly the same. No difference in the sleeves. Same imagery, same text on the back. But inside the vinyl, the inner sleeve is white with black text, which I thought was quite a nice touch. Whereas the inner sleeve of the web-ordered one is black. There you go. For those ultimate collectors out there, you're going to love this anyway. You buy it just for this. This is why I bought it. The vinyl itself is gorgeous, and again, it fits the kind of feel of this album, and it's kind of like a grey kind of marble as well. You can see that. Great coloured versions. I might even get the black version and see what the difference with that. So that's exactly the same, but the only difference with the kind of ready available kind of versions you buy in HMV is you get a massive poster of the sleeve. which I'm glad a lot of people are going to start to do again. So there's the poster of the inner sleeve. I can't remember which way. Oh, there you go. I'm actually pulled it the wrong way. So you get this massive poster, which is great. So if you've watched my videos from before, one of the things that I kept saying, it's great to see a lot of bands going back into, you know, when we used to buy vinyls in the 80s and stuff, they used to get like free posters or free prints. And I know when we release our records, we've always got something, you know, especially pre-order, you want something a bit different. You know, we've got a record coming out with Princess Superstar, and we've got a nice numbered print. We've had coloured vinyl, we've had, you know, loads of different things to kind of make that a bit more collectible for the collectors. And just having this poster is great. So in years and years and years to come, I'm not sure how many years, but that's probably going to be worth a lot with the poster. But if you're a huge fan, put it on the wall. Why not? That's what it's there for. But that is The Cure. Long time coming, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy. It's out. It's Songs of a Lost World. And if you don't know the band, please check them out. If you are a fan, if you haven't heard it, check out this album. I mean, when this album was come out, when it got released, I was telling all my friends, check out the album, check out the album, check. You know, they're coming back, they love it. They obviously know the Cure stuff. But I'm so happy this is out. You have no idea, being a massive Cure fan. And I love it, and I can't stop listening to it. There are loads of albums just come out as well on pre-orders, and you know, there's a couple coming that I'm really excited to do videos on. But probably the next couple of weeks, probably double up on our videos. So just be aware. I mean, let me know what you think of this album. If you're a Cure fan, what do you think? For me, it's like Disintegration Part 2. Disintegration being one of the greatest albums of all time. Let me know what your thoughts. What do you think of the artwork? Are you glad it's out? Was it worth the hype? Was it worth the wait for 16 years? You let me know. It'd be quite intrigued to find out what you think about this album. Or are you just, you know, someone who loves it because it's an album 16 years, but actually it's not a very good album? You tell me, but I do love it. So that is Cure, The Cure, with Songs of a Lost World. You heard it here first. Go check it out. Best album of the minute. Thank you very much.